You're watching Cheery TV.
Howdy everybody, and welcome back to Table for One. Today we're playing Trick Shot, which is a fantastic, yet somehow incredibly complicated hockey game, where you and your friend are going to be playing as opposing hockey teams, trying to win either 1 period or 3 periods, depending on how big you want the game to be. Or I guess as many as you want. But those are the 2 standard game ones that they have. They have a quick one and a long one. We're going to be doing a quick one today, unless it goes really quick, because again, these things happen very fast. Turns end like crazy here, so we're gonna see how it goes. But to begin a period, get the board set up like this: centers in the center, wingers on the opposite sides, defenders kind of behind the centers, goalies on the backs, and everyone's stamina tokens over on here that you can spend as the game goes to re-roll any dice with symbols on them by flipping them over, and you can do that 3 times every single turn. Well, at least every turn after a line change happens. On your turn, you can do 2 things. You can either perform an action, or you can make a line change. Line changes are when you refresh all of your stamina and you end your turn. At least in the standard game. We're only doing a standard game today. So you can flip all your stamina over and you end your turn. That's usually what you want to do after you've done some successful actions with your other characters, such as the center and the defenseman with his really big, beautiful mustache. That's not a mustache, that's his face. Oh my god, he's got a tooth. He's one single tooth. That is cursed. Is that accurate? That is cursed. Okay, well, either way. To determine who goes first, we're going to be doing a roll-off, which is taking 3 dice on each player's side and rolling them. Whoever gets the most arrows and pucks gets to go first. We got 3 on this side, only 1 on the red side, so blue gets to go first in this scenario. Blue will get the puck, and then blue gets to do his actions first. The first action you do and on your turn, no matter what it is, will always take 1 die. The second action will always take 2 dice, and then 3, and then so on until you've done at least 1 action with everybody, or you've decided you've had enough. You can only do 1 action per character per turn. I got the rule wrong there. You can actually make any action with any player. They just cannot be 2 turns with the same player being chosen. So if you chose the center, you have to choose somebody else before you can use the center again on that same turn. The things you can do on your turn, at least in a standard beginning game like this one, you can move, you can pass, you can shoot, and you can poke. Those are the 4 things that you can do on your turn, and I will explain them all right now. In order to move, you roll however many dice you have to move, depending on what action you're on. Let's say it's your first action, you're going to roll it, and then you are going to just move. No matter what, even if you get an X, which is usually a fail, you are going to still be able to move. And you move depending on however many spaces it says you can move on your character's card. So the wingers get to move 3 spaces. So let's say I want to move my winger down. I can move him up to 3 spaces. You can move him in any straight direction, including diagonal. So I can go 1, 2, I can go 1, 2, I can go 1, 2, 3, I can go 1, 2. I can't move into there. I can go over here if I wanted to. But you cannot change direction or, like pivot at all. You can't go 1, 2, 3. You have to go in straight lines. So let's make him go down in 2 spaces. As you can see, though, I also rolled an arrow. Anytime you roll an arrow, that counts as a counter movement for the opposing team. After you perform your action, you're able to, the opponent is able to move any one of his characters 1 space in an orthodontically adjacent direction, up, down, left, or right. So I can see that they're going to be they want to try to pass to this winger because they're going to be wide open. We're going to put our winger in between their winger and the center, just so that way now the blue center has trouble trying to pass that on over to the other blue winger over there. So now in this situation, I was going to pass, but instead I'm probably just going to move again. I'm going to move my other winger forward, but this time since I'm making movement, it's 2, and I've hit an X. Whenever you hit an X during your movement, you do your move, and your turn ends. The next cycle begins. So now it is Red's turn to move. Red, not having the puck, probably wants that puck, so they're going to do what is called a poke action. Doing a poke is as simple as rolling your dice and seeing if you succeed, first of all. And since you do, you are in possession of the puck. However, depending on how many X's you would have had if you had failed that attempt, you could have even gotten yourself a penalty. If you only fail one, then it's just a fail. You don't get possession of the puck, and your turn is over. If you've rolled more than one, not only does your attack fail, but you also go into the penalty box. So let's say, for example, somehow that was a second action, and they failed to secure the puck. Blue keeps the puck over there, and this center now gets put into the penalty box over here. How this works is you do not get access to this center again until the start of your next turn. So your turn's over. It's going to be Blue's turn to move with less enemies on the board before you get to go again and then place your guy back into the field next to the penalty boxes, somewhere in this little zone here. But again, let's say it was successful like it actually was, and now they're going to want to try to make a, let's say they want to pass. Let's say they want to pass to their winger because the winger is pretty open since their winger already moved. They're going to be doing the pass action, so they take their 2 dice and they give them a roll. As long as there's no X's, this is successful no matter what, even with the puck symbol. So there's no X, center shoots it to the winger, or passes it to the winger, and now the winger has possession of the puck. Let's say it failed. Let's say this was an X. If it's just an X and there's no puck symbol on it, the pass is successful. However, it just, ends their turn. So now it's Blue's turn to go again. If there was a puck on it, simply put the pass failed. And depending on how many pucks that you rolled, it's going to slide past the person you were passing it to that amount of space. Since only one puck was rolled, it ends up over here. No one has possession of the puck, and it is free reign. And on top of that, your turn is now over, and now it is time for Blue to go. And in this situation, if you were to move into a zone with a puck in it and no one else has it, you gain immediate access to that puck. So the winger's first action can be to just slide on in there and steal that puck. And now he's in line to shoot, assuming that succeeded, which let's just say it did. Or can he? Ladies and gentlemen, why do you think winger over here, winger Blue, would not be able to shoot this puck for any particular reason? It's a wide open shot, straight into the goal. The goalie is not blocking anything. Let me tell you, he's not in the offensive zone. He's not past this blue line. If you have not passed a blue line into the enemy's territory, you are not allowed to make a shot onto goal at all. Technically, there is an advanced rule in which you are able to do that. However, we are not playing with any advanced rules today, just to get a groundwork understanding of the game. Let's just say he's in position to make a sick little shot right now. What are you going to do? So you're going to roll however many dice it takes, and then as long as no X's were rolled, it is going to be successful. There was an X rolled, though. Well, if there wasn't, incredible, you gain a point, and we reset the board. Everyone goes back to the middle, and we start again. If it failed, though, depending on how badly you failed it, certain things happen. If you rolled more than 2 or more X's, the goalie becomes a possessor of the puck, and game continues from there. However, if you roll 1 X, it gets bounced off of wherever you were shooting, and then it goes backwards, quite like a failed pass, depending on how many little pucks you rolled there. So it goes slink, clunk, oh, it hit the side, and then it bounces back 1 space. So it winds up right over here. That happens even if you somehow roll 0 of those, it's still going to at least bounce 1 space over. But then play continues from there. The puck is there. Everyone's got to move their stuff going over there. And anytime you fail any of your actions, your turn ends immediately. But again, you can always re-roll them. You can always re-roll those X's, try to get something that's not an X. Just saying. The last thing I will say before we begin today is that there is a thing called offsides. And this is a thing in most sports, and it is a thing in most sports games. If I do not have the puck, and the puck is not in the offensive zone, which is the section next to the enemy goal, that marked by this blue line, I'm not allowed to cross that zone. That's an impossible movement for me, because that will result in a real life penalty, but in this game you just straight up can't do it. If, however, I have the puck, or the puck is already in the offensive zone, let's say it's over here, it's free reign, baby. I can go in there as long as I want because there is some offensive action to be happening over there. And also the moment that the puck gets shucked on over away from the offensive zone. If someone's already in the offensive zone, guess what? You get thrown back into the middle no matter what. No matter who you are, what you're doing. If that puck is not in the zone, you get out of the offensive zone no matter what. And ladies and gentlemen, that is, I believe, all of the basic rules. There's a lot more, honestly, a lot more interesting rules as well. However, I don't want to try to overwhelm y'all. I don't want to try to overwhelm myself trying to figure this out. I just know this is going to be a very, very fun game. And these are going to be some interesting times. We're going to be playing one period, which is 10 rounds total, which means, or is it 12 rounds total? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 rounds total. And then at the end of the 12th round, whoever has the most points will win. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's play Trick Shot, shall we? Alrighty, and I hope you paid attention to the... Did I unlock the board? No, okay, thank good. Hope you paid attention to the preview and the instructions, because I'm probably gonna play mostly... I have some cameras set up. I've got, like a top-down shot, a close top-down shot, and I've got little, kind of adjusted angles of the actual, each side. So I'm probably going to be playing mostly from the top down. So hopefully you guys remember what these all are, but if I hover over them, it kind of tells you as well. So here we go. Let's get our stuff situated here. 1 puck to 2 puck, which means, ladies and gentlemen, blue is the proud owner of the puck on the first round. Center puck has got it, and I don't know what sound hockey places make when they do stuff, but we're gonna start. We're gonna start trying to be kind of aggressive. I don't want to be super aggressive, but we need to start getting the puck kind of over there. So I'm going to just do what I did in the intro and move my winger. We're gonna move him down, and let's also move our other winger. Let's shoot first. Let's pass to the winger that I just moved to. No, fails. So we slide that puppy over there. Winger's got the puck, and now they can make a counter maneuver. We're gonna have their defensemen start kind of inching their way a little closer. How's about that? Okay, so now we're going to be doing something with 3 dice here. We've already messed with our center and our winger. So now that it was the winger and then it was the center, and now it is the winger again. So I'm going to move with the winger again. He's going to start making some moves. I'm going to have him start sliding on over into the offensive zone. So let's get him going over there. We did hit an X. But we do still succeed at our movement, and we do still carry the puck with us. We're just going to, however, end our turn right there. However, we got the puck pretty ding-dong close to where we got it to get it to go. I mean, we're getting pretty close. Honestly, he could, if he was a little further in, he could make a shot on that goal. However, as it stands, that's not the case. Round 1 is over. And now someone's mowing or starting a motorcycle or trying to explode his house. I don't know what's happening. But now it is red player's turn, and now they only need the 1 die to start making some moves. They're going to... I mean, it's winger, mono, winger here. I mean, we can't hit. We cannot hit. Hitting is an experienced player's... an action that the experienced players can do, or like an advanced game that the advanced game can do, where you can push somebody, take the puck, and you might wind up starting a fight. So we're not doing that today. So I'm going to pretend I'm going to play like I don't have that action, because I don't. And we're just going to let's just start inching our way a little closer to him. Let's get our defenseman. Let's just move our defenseman closer to him. So we do succeed. No counter moves can be made. He's now next to the winger. He's now put the winger in check. So now the winger's not able to move. He can only pass to somebody else or shoot the dang thing, which he can't do. It's also not his turn. We now have 2 dice. We're going to play a little on the defensive side here, and we are going to get our winger also a little closer. They only can move 1 counter move, but they do succeed at the movement. They're going to get him sliding on over here, just in case what's about to happen here fails. They get to get a counter movement. They cannot move the winger because he is in check, so he can't get closer and attempt to shoot soon. or get it out of the way of the defenseman, but we are going to get our center off of the center. He's going to move a little bit closer. However, now with 3 dice, we're going to attempt to poke. We're going to attempt to poke the. Oh, that's the rules. We're going to attempt to poke. Defenseman is going at the winger. He's going to see what he can do in terms of poking. Remember, how poking works: if we roll a dice, as long as we succeed, we get control of the puck. Otherwise, if we get 2 X's, we get a penalty, though, so you got to be careful. We don't get any X's, we don't get any X's at all, so this is fantastic. So defenseman now has the puck, and since there was no X, this thing succeeded. We can continue to keep moving. We have 4 dice on our side here, and now, well, I guess I could have rolled I used a stamina to get rid of that X from before, huh? It's fine. It's okay. It's the first round of the turn. We're allowed to make mistakes. Defenseman Joe has the puck. However, he cannot move on this specific turn right now. We're going to try to get somebody kind of in where they got to go. We're going to make the center. We're going to get the center to move 3. We're going to try to get him to move. He does succeed at the movement. However, we're going to use a stamina, and we're going to so when you use a stamina, you reroll every single symbol that you rolled. So there we go. Move succeeds. 1, 2, 3. He's over there. We're now going to spend a 5th to now move, and they give you a lot of dice to play with over here, by the way. But I know the tech. The tech is copy paste. We're just going to reroll. We're gonna remove now. We're gonna move the defensive player here. No X's, but we do get a. Oh, actually, he can't move because he's in check. Oh, okay. So you know what? We're gonna use this instead. We would have had to make this move, or it would have been the same. Let's do it. We'll reroll though. We'll reroll. But what we're gonna do instead is we're going to pass this to the winger over here because he is in line. We're going to pass to the winger. There's no X's. The pass is successful. They do get a counter maneuver. They're going to maneuver the winger to move up a little bit on over here. And now it's kind of unfortunate because what you want to do is now pass to the center for him to move. But because I've already moved the center, thinking I can move the defenseman, we're now in a little bit of trouble in terms of on the red man side. Especially because we're going at 6 dice now. We're going insane on the dice. But winger has the puck. He's not in check. He's going to start moving it down. Unless can he pass it? Does he have to? He has the puck. I think he's allowed. This isn't his offensive zone. This is Blue's offensive zone. So he's allowed to stay here. He's going to. I mean, he's just gonna move. He may as well. He's gonna try to move 3, and we'll see what happens from there. Let's just get moving. And no fails. He's moving 3. He's got the puck with him. He is going places, y'all. They've got some action on their side here. But they still have some maneuvers that can be made. We're going to get again, red cannot move past an offensive zone until he's puck carrier or the puck winds up over there. But what center is going to do is he's going to careful. Well, he's going to try to move down. We do get an X. We're going to spend another one of our stamina to re-roll any of these X's, well, any of these symbols. Try not to get an X. We got 2 X's. We're going to spend our last stamina to hopefully, I think that's just a reroll. He manages to succeed. He's going to move that far. However, because of that success, the defenseman now is going to kind of get in the way here. He's blocking himself in there. And now the winger is now at 8 dice. There are no more actions that can be made. However, things are already pretty good. He's not in check. He cannot poke unless he's orthodontically adjacent. So right now, things are looking good. At least I'm pretty sure. Yeah, you must be orthodontically adjacent to whoever it is you are poking. So, he's just going to say, I'm done. I'm going to refresh my stamina, and I'm ending my turn. So he's just stalling the clock now. He's got the puck where he wants it, back in the center, and now he's going for it. And now, Blue realizes, shit, I really should have done some stamina stuff. I'm going to start making sure I do some good moves here. Let's delete some of these dice. Let's just curb stomp a lot of those. There we go. So now we're bringing it back over to the Blues side. First and foremost, we need to get that puck. So what we're going to do, we're going to keep the winger kind of over there because he's in good offensive position. We're going to slide our defenseman over to this way here. However, they do get a move. However, he cannot move the winger because he's in check. So who will we move instead? Let's move their defenseman closer to the Blues winger, so that way it's going to be harder to pass and do anything with the winger if they do manage to get him moving. Now with 2 dice, though, we cannot use the defenseman again, so what we're going to do is we're going to get the center a little lined up. We're gonna get him moving. We're gonna get him moving right on over here because we're gonna take that puck. We're going to have him move a bit further away, and then he's going to slam that puck right on into him. He can't go 3 spaces because then he's gonna be into the offensive zone. So he's only gonna be able to. He actually really can't move anywhere with the puck given his current situation. So it's an awkward position right now, but it needs to happen. And it was successful. So we're going to go for the 3. Now we're going to go for the poke. And ladies and gentlemen, it is unsuccessful. However, with a little bit of stamina, anything's possible here. And ha-dee-doo-da-da, we have the puck. He is no longer in check, so he can move him. However, I don't think he wants to. I think he's going to move his winger over to the side here. Just try to place it. Actually, you know what? Let's move him. No. Who do we want to move? We don't have to move, but I think it makes sense to move somebody. We could move there. Actually, you know, let's just move here to just block him. Because let's just block him from moving over in that direction anyway. So now they're just very, very cornered. And it's honestly just pretty rough. Pretty rough going for a lot of them over here. We're moving up to 4 dice on Blue's move here. Blue, and he's got the puck. However, he cannot do anything with it just yet. We need to get somebody. I mean, listen, you know, let's move the winger up. Let's move the winger up. They do fail it, so they're going to use another stamina to. This one was a blank. This one was blank. This one was blank. We're gonna have to use another stamina in order to succeed. That okay? What am I doing? I don't know how to freaking play Tabletop Simulator. Apparently, can we? There we go. And this was there. Okay, we did. Okay, so there. Winger gets up. And now with 5 dice, we're going to make a pass attempt. We don't have any stamina, so any X's are going to be pretty bad. We do get an X and a puck, so it's going to slide on over. It's going to bounce off the wall and land right there. No one has possession of the puck, and turn ends immediately. We cannot refresh our stamina because we didn't get a chance to do so because we failed our action. So we got a little too cocky, and now things are looking pretty bad for Blue. But now we have Red once again on the offense. And hey, listen, the winger's got a pretty clear idea here. However, the moment he gets that puck, he's going to be in check, which is really unfortunate. Can he just move up a little and poke it, I wonder? It has to be a puck carrier. Okay, that's fair. That makes sense. So, first action, I believe. I mean, first of all, the winger should just get access to the puck. So he's going to move, and move he does into the zone with the puck in it. So now he's puck carrier, however, now he's in check. And he couldn't move any further from here because he's already in check. So he's now stuck with this puck. However, action number 2, defenseman over here is going to just move, and we already have to re-roll for the movement. There we go. That way it is successful. And now for the third thing, the winger is going to make a pass to Mr. Defenseman, which is successful. It passes on over here. However, we do get a counter move now, and they're going to move Blue center right on down the middle there. So now, now Red has absolutely no real way of doing anything with this. However, they do have it, and they have another move that they can do. Red is going to, we're going to move our winger. We're going to move our winger number 2. Red's moving winger number 2, and it was completely successful. They do get a counter maneuver, though, so Blue defenseman is going to just tuck himself right on into there and completely screw their plan, because they were going to go for that, and they were going to finally get into the offensive zone. But we're going to have to wait a little bit longer as we get another action die on the board here. Things are looking a little rough. So what's going to have to happen here is we're actually, let's move red defenseman number 1. Let's just move him. Wow, that's a big fail. We are re-rolling that. You keep the 1 die there. Yikes, that was terrible. And there we go. That's a bit more successful. So he only can move 2, but he only has to move 2 because he's going to move into here. He's putting himself in check. And why would he do that? Because he's now, the center is very open. The center is incredibly open. As long as something bad happens these next couple of turns, we're looking pretty good. However, we still have to make a move with somebody else first. So we cannot move Red further down. So he has to stay there. Let's just move the winger. Let's move the winger. No, because he's being blocked by the center there. We're going to move the winger as well, just a little closer. And a successful move at that. Very, very nice. And now we have, I believe this is 7 dice to hopefully, successfully pass this puck to the red center over there. Holy cow, that's a fail. We're going to be re-rolling that. Yikes, that was terrible. It is still a fail, and there are 3 pucks that got rolled. So it's going wee, and then it's going da 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 da. So it does land in their offensive zone at least. So now they will be able to make those moves happen. However, not now. And they also get an extra action here, which is cool. So they're gonna have their winger, another winger. They're gonna have. Thing is, everyone's kind of just, let's bring the center a little closer to the section there, because now this is interesting. Because their turn's over. Their turn completely ends. The puck is just over there, right? Yeah. So I mean, this puck is just kind of stuck there. So now Blue's got to spend some turns to kind of just go and grab that. So he's gonna get the center moving. He's moving 1, 2, 3 spaces into his defensive line. And at the same time, though, he can try to set up for some good stuff because he's going to be over here with the puck. If he can get somebody over here, which the winger already kind of is, he can. Let's do that. Let's do that. Oh, man, this really sucks. He gets over there, but he wasn't able to, once again, not able to re-exhaust his stamina. He immediately failed the damn action. So that's the thing. I feel like you should be able to refresh your stamina every turn no matter what. But it's not what happens in this game, unfortunately. So now it is just Red's turn, and yeah, let's get all these dice out of here. So Red, I mean, his obvious choice, he's bringing his center on over there. He's going wee, and he's securing the puck. And now he can't shoot with him just yet, but you know what he's going to do? He sees he's in a really good position. He's going to just, again, stall the timer, refresh his stamina, and let Blue try to catch up, because now he's in really good position. Things are not looking good for them. Or does he? Because actually, hold on. Yeah, so, I mean, because that's it. If the goalie were to move... Actually, no, because the goalie's actually already in a spot where he cannot shoot. I mean, yeah, I think it's just in his best interest to just stall the clock out here, see what happens. Because he's going to have to get them really out of position in order to make some moves happen here. And so that's what they're going to do. That's what they are going to have to do. And now we have Blue. On Blue's side, his center is going to start moving. And move is successful. His defenseman, as well, is going to start moving. Let's get his defenseman on into position here. This is a load of horse shit. This is a load of horse shit. This is a load of... I mean, he makes the move. Gets where he has to go. But hey, look, that's his turnover. And now, Red Center says, hey, I'm just going to slide myself up a little bit. Go wee right on here. And now all Winger over here has to do is nothing. Literally nothing. They have all the stamina in the world. He's just going to slide on in here just for the fun of it. Just to watch this incredible shot happen, ladies and gentlemen. We have Red Center, able to make a shot on goal. Can he do it? Now that's stamina. Well, luckily he had stamina, so he's more than capable of doing such a thing. He's successful. No X's rolled. And Red scores the first shot in the game. So round is over. Board gets reset, and hopefully somehow Blue's gonna have to make some magic happen. I don't know if he's gonna be able to do it. And we once again do roll off 2 against 1. Red gets the puck going first this time as well. It's weird if they color it, even though... Anyway, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, but yeah, we're back over to Red. So Red's first action, what is he gonna do? He is going to... I mean, I guess I should probably say it first. We're gonna move the winger. We're gonna move winger up. Winger moves up. Number 2. He's getting a little passer-rude. He's getting past 2. Winger is moving. Winger is on the freaking move, and he's just soaring through the sky here. Red Winger number 1's going crazy right now. However, we now need to kind of get some people moving as well. So let's get Red Winger number 2, because he can diagonally move, and he moves very successfully. He's going 1, 2, 3. And now we do have a counter move from Blue here. Blue cannot move his defenseman over that way. He's going to move this defenseman that way. And now with 5 move, we're going to see if we can get the puck already into the offensive zone. We do fail that. We're going to have to re-roll that. But it is successful. He's going in. He's going 1, 2, 3. And now he's already here. He can already almost make a shot on goal right in the beginning of the freaking round, man. Red Winger's going crazy. However, they do get to make another defensive maneuver, and the goalie is actually going to be able to stop that from happening now, because again, he can no longer shoot straight in. He has to shoot into there, and if he shoots diagonally, it's going to go here and it's going to skirt off to the side. He has to maneuver himself a little bit further. So luckily, they are able to prevent a little bit of that craziness from happening there. But it's still crazy how far he's already getting it. However, we still have some more stuff to happen here. We're going to get Red Winger number 2 over there. They do get 2 X's during a roll. Okay, I only did 1 stamina. We're gonna re-roll. Actually, do we need to re-roll the stamina? I mean, we're already in such good position. Maybe we just keep. Let's just keep our stamina. Let's just keep our. Actually, you know what? No, let's move it, because then also, because then we can just replenish afterwards, and then we can roll this one. As long as we don't get 1x, we're gonna be able to it's unfortunate. Unfortunate for red. They did manage to make their move. They're gonna go 1, 2, 3. So now if he gets it, he can just shoot it right on in. However, goalie, seeing this, their turn's about to end. He's gonna stay here anyway, just because he's terrified of what the hell's about to happen here, quite frankly. And now turn goes over to 5 minutes. Last 5 minutes of the game, and we need to see these freaks with the blue pedestals get this dang puck off the winger's face here. Let me grab a die, and let's zoom on in. So, first action, first and foremost, we are going to get moving. All right, that's an unfortunate start. However, we're going to be moving. We can't move the defenseman. We can't. Moving the defenseman sucks. We're going to have to, because he's going to have to go 1, 2, and then he's just going to go right on over here. He's like, all right, yeah, I'm moving right into the middle of Ding Dong's space, baby. We don't need to move goalie because I can't make a shot just yet. Let's get our other defenseman over there as well. Another potential for them to move. They're just gonna move right up onto the goal. And now, I mean, again, our let's move our goalie over. Let's move our goalie over. We're immediately going to be re-rolling it. Let's actually roll it. Incredible. We're moving the goalie over here. So now they're in check. Red Winger is now in check. They're no longer able to move, and we could potentially poke with the goalie to get the puck away from him. I believe it costs more though. Yeah, goalie may attempt to poke, but it adds 2 dice to your pool instead of 1. So keep that in mind as we continue here. Going for number 4, we're going to get, if he does get the thing, he's going to need to be able to make a pass. So let's get, he would be going this way. Let's get blue winger number 1 moving over there. He is successful. He's going 1, 2. They're going to be able to make a counter maneuver. Let's get red defenseman moving up a little closer on them, and now we're going to be adding 2 dice as we attempt to poke this out of their hands. That's going to be a reroll, and successful it was. He takes the puck, and now they're able to move. And he sees what they're trying to do over there, so he's actually just going to move him on over here. Actually, no, he's not, because then that still gives him a straight shot towards the center, which he does not want to happen at all, actually. So what he's going to do is he's going to move his defenseman even a little, he's still a little bit closer even. Still with 2 extra stamina, a lot can still happen here. However, it cannot happen without a little bit of extra movement. So we're going to get the winger a little bit closer. He's only moving 1 space. However, with all this failage, he does not want to be dealing with that. So he succeeded most of his dice. However, he's got to get a little bit more love in there. It's this isn't looking great, guys. Can we please just move normally, please? Thank you. Finally, he makes it happen. And now we need to get this puck over there. So as much as I don't want to make one more move, we're going to have to shoot this puck. There's nothing we can do about it. And he does fail it. He fails it exponentially. So it's going however, without any bounces, he succeeds at getting the puck. However, the turn is just over. And then do get to make a counter maneuver. Red defenseman is moving up. So it's still somehow, after all of that, the puck is still in their damn defensive zone. Or should I say Red's offensive? What the fuck happened? What the fuck happened? What the fuck happened? Why did... It didn't... It just doesn't... It just doesn't... It just doesn't... It saves the dice's positions, but it doesn't save the fucking people? What sense does that make? I don't even know what to do. I don't even know what I do. Blue winger was here with the puck. Blue center did not move. Red winger was here. Goalie was there. Red defenseman, I believe, was here. These guys got pretty damn close. He also had his other winger get pretty close as well. He had him like here, I want to say. This is an interesting scenario here. Where the fuck was everybody? How did this happen? I believe this feels pretty accurate to where we were though. I'm not gonna lie. I think I did a really good job at replaying it because that was definitely a thing. This was definitely a thing. He wasn't in check with him. He couldn't move. I think this is about as correct as it can be. Well, no, this is as correct as it can be because then he would have been able to shoot a shot over into there if he didn't move down. So this is like almost exactly how it was. I remember. I'm amazing. And now with us at the very end of the game here, Red has possession of nothing but time, baby. Do they have any more? No, they didn't. They ran out, I believe. Did they run out? What the fuck happened? I'm assuming none of them have stamina right now. So it's literally the winner takes it all. We're at 1-0. Red just needs to get some solid defense happening. So he's moving defenseman up. However, they're able to maneuver. He's moving the winger a little bit closer, which isn't necessarily good, but it gets it off of the offensive zone. So now these guys have to get pushed back. So now they are no longer in position because the puck has left their offensive zone, which might not necessarily be what they didn't necessarily want, if that makes any sense. However, with 2 on the line, we're going to have winger over here. Put him in check. Okay, well, again, move is successful. However, their turn ends. He's now in check. So this is quite literally where good men go to die. It all comes down to having no stamina. Blue somehow has to make the greatest plays of all time. And I don't think he can do it. I see zero possibility that this is even going to happen. However, we have to try. So, let's really focus in here. So we're going to have center move up 2 spaces. That's the first move. Is there even a point? I actually can't. I actually can't. I know it was the odds of that weren't super unfathomable. But come on, brother. Wait a minute. Did goalie end with the puck that one? No, he didn't. He did. He made sure that he did. Right? Yeah. He snatched it and then he shot it. Because if he ended it, then it would have worked. Well, everybody knows from what last. Red wins. Red wins. The quickest, most. Poor Blue, man. Blue did not get a fair shot at the dice. He did not have a. I thought. Oh, that's cool. Well, they score again. Now Blue scores. Now Blue scores. Now Red wins. Red wins. Doesn't matter how many they win by. All that matters is that they've won. And ladies and gentlemen, that was Trick Shot. This is a really fun game. It's very luck based because everything you do is dice based, but it's honestly incredibly fun, and I love this. And I'm probably gonna play it again for you guys because it's fun, or I'll just play it on my own because it's fun. Doesn't matter to me because it's fun. If you like what you see, it's on Tabletop Simulator. I don't know if it's in print, but it's at least on Tabletop Simulator. Go check it out. And y'all have a fantastic rest of your day. Bye, everybody.